We start today's episode with another, what I would consider, a fair deal. And from a team that really isn't going to spend in free agency like that. In case you're wondering how I do some of these extensions, one, the CPU will not extend anybody they just won't extend anybody like ever. I think this is a fair deal, 7 years, $182 million. It's right around the Austin Riley contract. Mason Miller, though I understand the Athletics might not want to be signing anybody to real long-term deals, or at least not for, great money. I think this is fair. I feel like a closer is something that they feel like they need, and they can kind of fill in the rest of the offensive positions, as this seems like a fair deal. 8 years, $100 million. Is he going to take it? He does. Wow. Zach Gallen, we're going to look to see if he is going to sign 5 years, $125 million. He is approaching age 30 and has been very good for this team. Could use probably some more strikeouts, but he's been pretty good for them, and he will accept. Shane McClanahan, though the Rays don't really extend guys, he's 27, so they feel like they can get at least a lot of his prime years, still as a Ray. And, he seems to be holding up pretty well. Ben Brown, who was traded in the Luis Robert trade, the White Sox are going to look to extend him, and for not a ton of money. He's pitched pretty well. Okay, he hasn't gone that long as far as distance is concerned, which is a little strange. I don't know. It could be just because the White Sox just aren't that good offensively. I mean, even after trading him, 5 years, $63 million. And as mentioned, the end of the last episode, Ozzy C is coming back off the injured list. It's good to have him back at third, but do we want to just give him back his spot? You know what? I think it's fair to do so. Again, we don't really have that replacement. LeMahieu has been good and did go on a hit streak. He is regressing a little bit. In season, I'm not too concerned about that. 684 OPS, honestly, we will take it, as Cabrera will mostly face righties unless we see otherwise. 738 OPS, so he's hitting power shots at a better rate, even if they are just doubles. And we're going to have to send someone down. I think y'all have a very good idea of who it is. It's going to be Oswaldo Cabrera. He's just not hit well, and we're going to send him down to AA, as the competition tends to be a lot, or a bit easier. Let me not say a lot. I am not a professional baseball player, as we face the Tampa Bay Rays. At home, though. It's home whether we're on the road or at home, because a lot of our A-ball players will play there anyhow. As Richie Palacios, their center fielder, is currently sporting a 10-game hit streak. Can he extend it as he plays us against Carlos Rodon? Under 3 ERA. The record doesn't say he's pitching well, but the whip and the ERA say that he does. The strikeout rate isn't as high as I would like, but again, to keep the runners off of home plate is about all I'm concerned about. Ozzy Cabrera in his first game back is going to ground this one to second and unfortunately be thrown out at first. Bottom of the third inning, jump to the bottom of the fifth. And he's got a runner in front of him at first. And he's going to hit this one deep to center field. The sinker with no sink. Second AB is fruitful with a long ball. Eighth run? I can't seem to count. His fifth. Oh, wow. I gave him more runs than I thought he had. As the New York Yankee fans and his teammates are definitely going to cheer him on. I like Cabrera. I'm not going to lie. I know he might not be the long-term option at third base, but you never know. If he's hitting well, he doesn't have to hit for a ton of power. And he can field multiple positions. I'll take him at third. If we need to move him, we'll move him. Ground ball to third as Oswaldo slapped the tag on the runner coming to third. And that is the end of the inning. We're in the seventh, grounded down the line, and I'm not going to lie. I tried to dive, and they just wouldn't let me. I kind of hate that. I kind of hate the delay in animation sometimes with the dives, as Jason Dominguez throws out another runner at second. Great tandem from 7 to 4, that being left field to Chisholm. Chisholm does have a pretty quick tag. As stated earlier, Cabrera will be facing basically righties the entire time, as he hits significantly better against righties than he does lefties. Please drop on the grass. It's not going to happen. Rice will stand pat at first for the next batter. As we jump ahead to the bottom of the ninth. 2-2 ball game. Takes a four-seam fastball from Pete Fairbanks. That'll make it 3-1. Chad Chisholm standing in the on-deck circle. Are you telling me that as your bank account goes up, your batting average goes down, dog? How you down to 234, not 334? That would be great. As it flies out to center field. Does Jazz have another? No, not another walk-off inning. Christopher Morel might be bunting. Cabrera plays down the line. Ground ball actually hit at him in the throw. Oh, come on, bro. Please tell me there was some sweat on your palms, bro. Some olive oil from the spaghetti. You couldn't have been that nervous. And damn it, that is what actually cost us the game. I cost us the game. I mean, hey, sometimes a bad throw happens, but that's just not that far of a distance. You don't have to throw it that hard, dog. Damn. Luke Weaver gets the loss despite pitching nearly 4 innings. You tend to forget that he was a starter, so as a reliever, he can go a lot longer than most. And we have officially reached August. I know, y'all are probably like, you didn't make any trades, bro. Why would you not make any trades? Come on. Trade Stanton. Trade LeMahieu. Trade this guy. I already told y'all the rules to this franchise. Oh, what do you know? Max Fried has a no-trade clause in real life. Also, I am adhering to that. So, please, don't tell me in the comment section, you should trade DJ LeMahieu. He's regressing. I understand that. But I can't trade him. I could release him if I want to, but I don't really have very many options, especially not starter or at least like decent quality guy starters as we are here in Lone Depot Park. Jansen Junk, oh my goodness, I don't think we've seen an ERA that high this season. 14.83. Marlins have won the last 3 games. Against St. Louis of all teams. They're actually not a bad team. They're in the running for the NL Central. Damn good ERA, damn good whip in those 3 games. This is Oswaldo Cabrera. Despite me talking smack about his ability to hit, he's hitting 333 in the last 6 games he's played. That, of course, dates back to early June. And he hits a curveball, gets on top of it to shortstop, and unfortunately he'll be thrown out at first. Marlins are playing pretty well now. They're so far out of the division that you really can't expect much from them. The Phillies are like 20 games up on them. But hey, if they're fighting and showing what their talent can do, even if they're not going to spend a lot of money, I think the fans will be happy. As you can see, it's not too sparsely packed like it might be for most Florida baseball. Yeah, Rays, I'm talking shit. And, Cabrera lines it out to third. I believe that's Connor Norby makes the catch. And that'll be the end of that inning. Marlins up 3-1. Why are we? I can't even say why are we losing to them because they have good pitching. It's just offense has been the Marlins' problem. It's like they find good pitching and can never find good bats. And, bro, you want to get sent to Miami? Wait, let me not threaten them with being sent to Miami. Miami is a nice place. I've been there. It can get wild out there. It can get very wild. And damn, why would you swing at that circle change? As you see, he threw him basically everything low in the zone because Cabrera's going to chase at it. It just is what it is. Marlins up 4-2. Ooh, swinging and missing a cut fastball. And Cabrera's pretty much gotten out every way you could. A line out, a ground out, and a strikeout, a sinker. Why is he not catching up to this? Hits this one in the right field. Damn it. The Marlins are going to take the victory. It's like Cabrera just seems to be just that tad bit late on pitches that are just absolutely crushable, if not crushable, at least get a nice base hit off. And as Jansen Junk picks up his first victory. What his ERA is at? It's still over 10. It's still over 10. Take a look at the box score. We pretty much got hits from everybody 1 through 6. No one 7 through 9 bothered to get a hit. They didn't even walk. So Max Fried goes 5 innings, and we now get our first opportunity to look at the draftee. And yes, I have watched the Fiend franchise video about the whole scouting thing. There are some things I would still change to it to make it even better, but we're going to take a look at our draft. It's below average. Let's keep it a bean. Lee Bunning was our first round draft pick, and he is a hitter. Even though he's a lefty batter, maybe by the time he gets called up, we'll have a little bit more balance between lefties and righties. He's got speed. He can field his ass off, but he needs to work on that arm. He's got the plate skills, but he'll probably spend time in Double-A, maybe Single-A, just in case. Scott DeViar has some pop against righties. Isn't much of a fielder, but he can play left field and has an okay arm. Maybe if we work on that fielding, he can be an emergency corner outfielder. And if he continues to hit for pop in the minors, we should see him, being at least a DH. Jack Johnson, he's going to have to work on striking guys out or having swing and miss stuff, but he's not very hittable. And honestly, his clutch and home runs per nine kind of tell me he's going to be a solid rotation arm, even if his potential is a C. I like the pitch mix, even if that cutter could use some more velo to it. Or maybe he could use a second fastball, maybe a four-seamer to go with the cutter. Reggie Williams can hit lefties, as a lot of right-handed batters can do. He's got major league vision and is pretty clutch. So he'll start with his time probably being in A ball first, maybe get a call up as some injuries happen. I saw he could field. Come on, guys, why y'all scrolling so fast? Chauncey Famiglietti, fastball, slider, curveball. He throws the fastball pretty hard. He is going to need to work on swing and miss stuff as well. He's got good control. Not much of a fielder, can't hit. Yes, I am going to look at pitchers, hitting abilities. Of course, you can't do it in the draft. Scout for it. You can look at it afterwards. He can't hit. You'll never see him at the plate. As we take a look around the league, the Orioles had a slightly better draft than we did. Enrique Hernandez looks pretty solid. Andres Ortega might be a miss. They had a lot of picks, though. I believe they gained one from the Anthony Santander trade or signing. Red Sox got two more good players, but they're both closers. One is a lefty, one is a righty. Maybe at some point down the line they'll have a righty-lefty closer by committee, as both of these guys look good, though first dude looked better than Eric Lutz as a lefty. He's got a rocket arm, though. That doesn't matter for closers. How often are they really going to field? Sheldon Romano, not sure if he's related to Jordan. As we take a look at more teams in our division, Jorge Magana, Jose Quevedo, the third baseman I was looking at earlier. Magana actually can hit pretty well, field and has some speed. Quevedo can hit lefties, decent, good discipline, has an arm, but damn, he needs to work on his fielding. A potential. He very well could be the third base, if not a DH candidate at some point. Bruno Hernandez, a guy I hem and hawed about. He can hit a little bit. He's got some plate skills, at least discipline and vision-wise. Anthony Villa has got speed as a center fielder. Enrique Escobar is just fast. Keith Lopez also just fast. And Steve Crespo did not get signed, so we'll see him in next year's draft, maybe 2 or 3 years from now's draft, as he might play some college or some JUCO ball. This is not going to help the Blue Jays as far as refilling out the farm system. I do like George Funk, though. Looked pretty solid. Sorry, I kind of flashed away so fast. This is not LiveCom. The White Sox, oh man, after the trade, after getting rid of Robert, they won't see the fruits of that. They will in Ben Brown, but they had a damn good draft. Probably the best draft. Beef Wellington ends up getting signed. He looks like a pretty solid pitcher. Fred Yeager, fastball cutter, changeup splitter, might need a breaking ball. Elmer Ibarra from Puerto Rico, two-seam, curveball and a slider. Felipe Gutierrez, also a pretty solid reliever, could play almost immediately, though he is 18, and may need to pick up just a little bit more English, even though he's got some family that works at some of those hotels in Havana. Armin Guadio, he's all right. Pedro Pena, he was going to be my first-round draft pick, but Detroit snatched him up. While he doesn't field, he can hit against righties, doesn't have the pop I would like, and again, doesn't field, is decently fast and has a heat map that is, not too bad. Not too bad in my opinion. Casey Crum, a closer, he looks ready right now. Probably will spend some time in AAA. He's got some good stuff. He is a lefty, though. You know how a lot of players in the league can hit lefties. Otis Frank, Alan Whitaker, both of them are from the Netherlands. No, Mr. Whitaker is not related to Lou Whitaker, who should be a Hall of Famer. Otis Frank can hit as a second baseman. Alan Whitaker does his best not walking guys. Just needs to work on having an out pitch. I'm going to change this dude's name because, I don't know, maybe you're on Obama. Obama, former president, is mixed race, so who knows? Maybe you're related. Gilberto Trevino, is a fielder. Good fielder, second base, just needs to work on the plate skills. Greg Whitehead looks solid, though I don't think I took a look at him. Frederick Dunning, I don't think he's any relation to Lee Dunning on our team. He's got good Ks per nine to start off his career. Jim Hanna and Drew Williger didn't get signed. Didn't probably look all that good. DeAndre Newton, the center fielder, a potential switch hitter, can play some infield and all of the outfield, has speed and has a good heat map. He's probably going to spend a decent amount of time down in the minors. Could be the replacement well after the fact for Mr. Kyle Tucker. Take a look at some other teams as Lewis McDonald, the starting pitcher for the A's. Wasn't the first pick, but they found him in a later portion of the draft. He's got the upside and potential, but right now he's probably going to spend some time in rookie ball working on his game. Dieter Ackman, the H is silent, from Puerto Rico. Most of his family does speak Spanish. As you know what, the A's didn't have too bad of a draft. Kevin Aubrey, the number 3 pick in the draft. I could be wrong. He's not going to mess around in the zone, but he is pretty hittable at this present time. Maybe not a lot in college, but as they scout him in the majors, he can hit. He can hit a little bit. If we were playing with the NL, AL, DH on-off rules, he'd more than likely get some hits and probably win a couple Silver Sluggers as a pitcher. But I don't know. Maybe I would take the executive decision and have him bat in Double-A. Why not? What the hell? He's not a true two-way player, as not even Shohei Ohtani is, as he hasn't played much outfield in the majors or in the NPB. I will continue to say that. He is not a true two-way player. Whatever. Anyway, Michael Hamby was the first pick for the Rangers, and damn, they got themselves another good pitcher. A potential lefty, a 90 potential Caleb Groninger, who I wanted to draft, and potential-wise, he's good, and it was not going to be the immediate backup for Austin Wells right away. I mean, he's going to need to work on the arm and also the plate skills, but it looks like he's going to be a guy that around about 24, 25, 26 is going to be a MLB starter. Julio Armas, he's good. He's good. He doesn't feel, but he hits. He hits his ass off. Look at the heat map. Look at the contact. Look at the power. Look at the plate skills. He is almost ready right now, but they don't need him right away, which could be a good thing for his development. Robbie Rodriguez, good Ks per 9, throws 2 fastballs, a changeup, I believe a slider. The Braves had a pretty meh draft, at least as far as the color actual potential, though. Jose Ramirez, not that one. This one does play left field, as does the real one, or at least he did at one point. Esteban Caballero from California, good potential, can field. He works on his contact and maybe some power. He'll definitely get playing time in Miami. Chris Quintero from North Carolina, I believe I might have looked at him at some point. He's got the upside to be good and the age in his favor. Fastball, curveball, changeup, and a slider. Shamus Gabriel, he's got right now hitting attributes. Maybe not power at first, but I don't really adhere to that. He can field, he can play third right now, he can hit for contact. He is probably going to be an early call up for Miami. Russell Clemens, I looked at him at some point. He's got some speed, but goodness gracious, not going to be much of a hitter in my eyes. Paul Samuel from Rhode Island can hit righties, can hit lefties some. He can be a sneaky, late 20s kind of guy in the major league, carve out a nice solid career. The Mets, it's a solid draft. I'm going to give it to him. Omar Tejada has the upside. He throws hard as hell, can hit a little bit in high school, but don't expect it in the majors. Dirk Lindstrom, third baseman. He's not going to replace Beatty or Vientos anytime soon. Jose Zapata is fast, needs to work on the bat. Rafael Cruz could throw harder, though he does throw a 2-seam and a sinker. Maybe he drops the sinker and just throws the 2-seam, though I know how popular the sinker is in a lot of pitching circles. Willard Frank looks like a solid reliever, but he needs to work on his velocity or just throw a knuckleball. He can't get up over 85, 86 miles an hour, but if he's working with movement, he'll be good. The Phillies, Mark Herring, 94 potential, is ready right now to be the starting closer. Will they allow it? Hell, he could be the long reliever. Hell, if they're really feeling it, he could be a project starter if they work on his stamina, or if he works on his stamina. Let's call it what it is. Dexter Coronado from Indiana does not throw that hard, does get a 91 mile an hour, I believe, 2-seam fastball. Calvin Thorman, 19 years old, pretty good. He's obviously going to spend some time in the minors. I do like his pitch mix, 4-seam, 2-seam, slider, changeup, sweeping curve. Geoff Pettit from Germany, not too bad pitch mix. He's going to need to work on those per nines. The Cubs got Fabio Perez, a high school prospect. Almost had 99 potential. Actually, his potential falls outside of the absolute range they had there. Could be a solid hitter in left field. Needs to work on defense. Bobby Haney, he needs a breaking ball. A 4-seam, a 2-seam, and a changeup might not cut it in today's game. Kurt Young, starting pitcher, could be that back-end rotation guy that the Reds have been looking for. I mean, they've got a lot of pieces there in Cincinnati, offensively and pitching-wise. Just a matter of them melding it all together to become a contender. I think they've got a chance in the next 5 years. Leo Nunez, starting pitcher, pretty good. A little older than most, but that's okay. Henry Oshiro, who originally was going to be drafted in NPB, did not get drafted, came to college and got drafted here in the MLB. Now, the potential might not be there, but he's got some bop for a young dude. Can field, as a lot of Japanese players can, just not that fast. I mean, he's a first baseman, a little bigger than a lot of the Japanese players that come over. Johnny Fransky, a lefty, power bat at first. I don't know why he can play right field. I guess in high school, you don't need a strong enough arm to really throw a lot of guys out. Will Battle seems to be pretty solid. Joaquin Palmeiro. Robert Gonzalez wasn't signed. Second baseman, will look for him in future years. Bobby Kutch, 89 potential at the Pirates. He could play right now. Born in Florida, watched the current first baseman who was traded for Yandy Diaz for the Pirates. And this should be a great mentorship opportunity. Chip Palmeiro looks damn good. He's going to need to work on the out pitch, though. His fastball seems pretty solid. Maybe it's going to be the sweeper that's going to be his claim to fame. Charles Higgins, another pitcher. He might not look that good, but I like the ability of him to change up speeds. Though 92, it might not get it done. We'll see. Francisco Barria from Venezuela, 8 potential. Needs to work on the fielding and the plate skills for real. I mean, there aren't too many power hitting second basemen. Not everybody can be Marcus Semien. As we look at what do you know? There's another Japanese player that was on a team's farm system. The Yomiuri Giants said, maybe I don't want to do this anymore. Somehow came over. I don't know how he came over. He was not an international free agent. I think he enrolled in a college, and because there's no more amateurism in college, hey, he got drafted. Who am I to complain? He looks like he can be a long reliever more than a starter. We'll see how that plays out in St. Louis. Frankie Dolan, I don't think he's any relation to the Dolans in Cleveland. Maybe they'll trade for him anyway for a haha. And of course, the top player in all of the draft, Adam St. Aud, 99 potential. Can't field if you gave him a humongous glove for fielding, but he is probably going to be the opening day starter for the Colorado Rockies. Almost called him Cleveland. Durable as hell, will throw and throw and throw and throw, has a rubber arm, pretty much a 4-seam, slider, 2-seam, changeup, curveball. He is ready right now. If we don't see him in Colorado immediately, I'm going to be mad, but you never know. 80 overall, 8 potential. Y'all have nothing to lose. Jason Myers, a dude I was looking at also, doesn't throw hard, but is just crafty enough, aka doesn't throw hard, to be a good pitcher as far as I'm concerned. If he can get the velocity up, he might be even better than that C potential is leading on. The Dodgers had probably had a worse draft than us, to be honest. Look at Octavio Brown, Reed Motion, the other guy below him. Tony Holcomb is ready to hit right now. Like, the Dodgers need more guys like that. Doesn't hit for power, but can field a little bit, can run a little bit, can, put some nice bat on ball, clock it around the field. He's got the plate skills. Robbie Cordero, he's okay. I mean, he can play outfield and shortstop. Maybe he watched a lot of Mookie Betts when he was living in Canada. I don't know how. Maybe he was watching some of them illegal streams. Nonetheless, he's got the versatility to play infield and outfield. Craig Gallegos, a catcher who was nowhere near my radar. He's got good potential, but he is raw. He's not really good at any one thing, which explains why he was rated so low. He was their second-round draft pick, I believe. As we look at the San Francisco Giants, they had a meh draft. Jordan Sims is better as a pitcher when there's guys on base as opposed to otherwise. Fastball only gets up to 90. Does throw a splitter. You may see more splitters than fastballs from him. Can't really field. Can't really hit. I mean, he's a pitcher. Come on. David Brister. He can hit lefties, and honestly, he might be a solid bat. Whether he gets any better than just being, a backup guy for a good portion of his career, the spot starter in case of injury, we shall see, as he can do a little bit of everything pretty good. Caleb Tanana, you might have wanted to go to college, dude. Like, he just doesn't look that good. He is a switch hitter and hits better against lefties than he does righties. Maybe he'll just be a righty batter as opposed to a lefty, as he doesn't hit righties all that well and does inside, which is kind of odd. And of course, the Baltimore Orioles. I feel like I already touched on them. Maybe I didn't. Enrique Hernandez can hit right now and is extremely clutch for a 21-year-old player. Definitely did so for Team DR in the World Baseball Classics, the under-18 team. Corey Kingman, damn, he is good right now as a reliever. Just doesn't throw that hard and can't really spot where he wants to. Anyway, if you got any comments on the draft, tell me down below, as we are facing the final game of the Miami Marlins Yankees series, as Yuri Perez is, having a pretty good season. Definitely in the last couple of games, 2-1 record, 18 innings, averaging 6. Striking guys is out. I thought he was striking out guys more than that. 13-5 ratio. The whole season numbers just aren't as good. Granted, this is the Marlins. They've got some guys who have the potential. It's just a matter of everything coming together. Offensively, just don't expect the wins. As we jump back in another player lock episode, or portion of the game, as Cabrera hits this one deep to left field, and it's not going to get far enough to get out of here. You tend to forget how cavernous Miami is. Marcus Stroman, yes, after the trade deadline, did not go anywhere, and more than likely won't unless it's the offseason. So it looks like 2026 will at least be a guaranteed portion of his contract, so we'll have to pay him anyway, regardless of whether we release him or trade him. So it is what it is. He's at least a quality enough arm, that we're not just like, oh God, who the hell do we have on the mound? Like, he can be very hit or miss, though. Speaking of hit and miss, Cabrera strikes out. Damn.
The third baseman,
Marlins in the last month. They've thrown a lot of innings, but oh man, they are in the bottom portion of the league in most of these categories. They're striking guys out, but they're giving up hits. They're walking too many guys. Walks and hits and the whip. You're going to end up in this kind of situation where you're just not winning a ton of games. Cabrera smacks this into center as we are already up by 6. Unfortunately, his AB won't be that significant to the end of the ball game. We win by that same score, 10-9. Stroman picks up win number 10. Yuri Perez gets the L. Jazz Chisholm gets a long ball against his former team. Maybe he felt a little some kind of way about them trading him. But again, as I mentioned in a previous episode, sometimes young guys need to be in a winning environment before they really break out. And as you can see, as we already saw, 3 for 5 in the last game for the long ball. That's why my franchise is different. I am playing with a team that does not need to rebuild. What we need to do in the draft is retool. Find, if not quality guys, great guys, even if that means we're in the latter half of the draft and never in the lottery. Speaking of the lottery, San Alcantara did not get traded. I don't think Miami found a deal that they really wanted, so keep him. He's on arbitration. No, he's signed a contract, but it's not that bad to their pockets. They're not paying him all that much as a quality guy anyway, and he needs to work on getting his value up so he can probably go to a contender. Cabrera plops this one just inside the left field foul line for a base hit. All right, Aaron Judge batting 300, 31 homers. I didn't see how many RBI he had. It's fine. It's fine. Probably needs to drop a little bit of weight on the ribs. Let me stop. You're going to smack that on me. Aaron Judge, unfortunately, strikes out. I'm sure he wished he put that bat upside Miami. Yankees lead 1-0. Take a look at Alcantara. Listen, he's a top pitcher. Even if he was on a bottom feeder team, sinker lower in the zone, yeah. I'm not surprised Aaron swung at that. Dominguez up to the dish. Stanton in the on-deck circle. 400 average with runners in scoring position. No, it's not going to happen. He's not going to be able to come to the plate with a runner on. As Alcantara is, whoo! He's hot. It's also hot up in here. It is August. Hurricane season right around the corner. Hopefully nothing happens to Miami Stadium, as they are nearer the Atlantic side of the ocean, where a lot of hurricanes tend to come in and hit. And unfortunately, the stadium won't end up like Tropicana. I'm hearing Tropicana might be ready for 2026, but the Rays don't. I don't know what's going on with Tampa. Hopefully, they're not moving to Montreal. I don't want to see Montreal baseball. I got to be honest. I remember watching Montreal Expos baseball, not only in the 90s, but in the 2000s, before they became the Nationals. They would have some Tampa Bay Ray-esque attendances. It was not pretty. Jeffrey Loria is a cancer to baseball, I gotta say. Orlando Cabrera here in Oswaldo Cabrera grounds it second, the first. Yankees up 1. I'm glad that plate appearance didn't matter. Jesus Sanchez with an opportunity to tie the ball game, down 0-2. As Cabrera's gonna back up. Jesus is a power guy, so he might be able to scoot one by him with a hard enough hit. Grounded to third. Oh, kicks off of Cabrera's glove. The throw to first, not in time. Runners at first and second. That is rightfully scored in error by Cabrera. Yeah. Why are you pushing Giancarlo Stanton? He'll break you in half. The hell is wrong with you? I think you should get fined for that. You should get, come on, you pushing a player, dog? He ain't did nothing. Yankees win the game, and honestly, Giancarlo Stanton is having a damn good season. You push his shoulder the wrong way, he's done for the year. Granted, he ends up being the player of the game. Let's not wish anything bad happening to him, okay? We need Big G. As we are in the second wild card spot, not the first. We are 7 games up on the Guardians and only a half a game up on the Red Sox. Though the playoffs started today, we'd end up playing them anyway, whether we're in the first wild card or the second wild card. Who knows? We're looking for the division. I'm not really concerned about the wild card. Texas Rangers come in. The last 5 starts, they've been pitching the opposite of the Miami Marlins did for a month. Shorter time span, obviously. Pitched very well, under 2 ERA, under 1 whip. John Gray is a big part of that. 2.31 ERA, 92 strikeouts, not the best. And the walk rate could use a ticking down some, but he's pitching very well. I can't complain. Texas is in the running for a wild card spot there behind us. Fly ball to left field. They don't get out of here. I didn't think that had home run power. But Oswaldo Cabrera hits a long ball, his 6th of the year. Got off at 105 miles an hour. I can't complain. All right, yeah, dap it up, dap it up. Listen, anytime we can get anything from a guy in the bottom of the lineup, whether we put you down there to be a quote-unquote additional leadoff guy, or we got to stick you somewhere in the lineup. This ain't basketball. We can't sub you out, all that. Hell, we can't sub you out, really. Texas Ranger in the last offensive series, despite pitching well, they did not score runs. So they're having an issue offensively. They're getting extra base hits, they're getting home runs, but it's like they're coming in blowout games and not necessarily in closer games. So maybe they need some more clutch guys, but they're not going to be able to do anything about that at the deadline. Simeon, great throw across the middle of the field to get Cabrera out. Yankees up 5-0. Cabrera rips this one to Corey Seager, home run derby champion. Also a damn good fielder at his position. Actually, he's the highest paid shortstop in baseball. Cabrera gets an inside fastball, hits it to Simeon, and not lackadaisically, but he's able to make the play. Luis Hill, damn, bro, how many complete games are you gonna have this season? Pitching another shutout, and damn, he only goes 8. He was replaced. I guess we could have saved the bullpen a day. Stanton did go 2 for 4. As Jacob deGrom is in the midst of actually pitching very well this year. Last 2 starts, 1-0, 12 strikeouts to 5 walks. He is actually pitching a full enough season. He hasn't pitched into August in about 6 years, which is just nice to see a guy who's been successful at one point in time continue to be successful even after a rash of unfortunate injuries. Cabrera would fly out. Yankees down 2-0. Cabrera hits this one to left field, and ends up being caught in left. I guess Bellinger's not going to tag him. Cabrera gets another shot to drive in a run. He is one of the better hitters on the New York Yankees with runners in scoring position. Fastball hit to right field. It'll bounce down. Runner from third will easily score, and the ball game is tied at 2. As we flip over the lineup, and the Rangers swap out pitchers. They're going to go with Josh Sports. Righties and lefties are hitting about 250. Solid ERA. Some nice innings of plate appearances, mound appearances, and unfortunately, Jazz Chisholm will strike out. Judge, 0 for 3 today. He will also strike out. Come on, get this close, just swing. Don't get mad at them. They didn't do that. You are a 2-time MVP and rookie in a rookie year. That is on you. You are the face of baseball as of right now, alongside Shohei Ohtani. Don't do that. You know better. You're the cap for a reason. Dominguez, 3-2, hits it high and deep to left, but it's actually shallow left as Cabrera is just going to get some cardio in to end the 7th.
Now batting.
Wyatt Langford comes to the plate. Mark Leiter, our all-star reliever. Liner right at Cabrera. Good catch by him. Might have saved the double at that point. Come on, young man. You ain't got to get too down about that, all right? I'm rooting for you, except against us.
Oswaldo
Cabrera does have 3 RBI. Ooh, cut fastball right in about his wheelhouse. He could have hit that right between first and second base. And I think that would have been a base hit. Can't connect any splitter. Hell, I'm probably not going to connect on very many splitters unless it's one that gets hung. 1 and 2. Ooh, fastball about the same place as the splitter. And throws a sinker this time. Hit the Seager. Quick toss over to first, and Cabrera is out. And unfortunately, the Rangers will win this one 3-2. I believe off of a walk-off in the 11th inning. I believe that was Tavares that drove in a run. Josh Young, though, 3 for 3 with 2 ribbies. All right, some of our divisional opponents are getting some arms back. Kyle Bradish is back off the injured list. Patrick Sandoval coming back off of Tommy John surgery. He'll be back as well. As I think we might skip ahead to the Boston series. Maybe we won't. We'll jump back into Texas because we're not quite done with them yet. I'm not done with them. As the Rangers actually have beaten us more times than we've beaten them. The only game we won was one in this series. 4-1 against us, and they're right behind us, but they don't play us anymore for the rest of the year. So get as many licks in as they can, and then win supplementary games outside of playing us, and maybe they'll get a wild card spot. We shall see. Postseason legend Nathan Eovaldi, though maybe not a regular season legend, is on the mound. We're going to give him respect where respect is due. Cabrera, swing and miss at a cut fastball. So yeah. Don't talk smack about him, okay? Postseason, I turn it up. You know what it is.
The third baseman.
Cabrera coming back to the dish. Yankees up 3-0 here in the 5th. And Eovaldi is really feeling disrespected. My bad. You know what? I shouldn't have talked so much crap about you. Strikes us out on a curveball. Is now showing Armstrong, a different arm, thank goodness, is on the mound. Bellinger and Rice at first and second. Cabrera's got an opportunity to give us the lead. Swings at a pitch and hits it over Josh Young's head. That pitch was inside, and he's able to muscle it over third base. Maybe he just got lucky, but maybe Cabrera's on to something with the power stroke. Nope, the way he's looking is just like, sometimes you get lucky. And he's not wrong. It's his baseball. Rangers are going to warm up with righty and a lefty. Jacob Webb, Robert Garcia. Check swing by. What? Yo, what are y'all looking at, dude? That's not a strike. I don't think he went past the parallel of the plate. Whatever. 3-2. Judge hits this one high and deep to left center field. He breaks the game open here in the late going. Our captain, his 30th home run of the season. 32nd, actually. I can't seem to count right today. And we have taken the lead. I think I feel good enough with this amount of cushion that the bullpen won't blow it. Top of the ninth inning, still up 4. I think I'm starting to feel uncomfortable with Oswaldo Cabrera at the dish. Maybe you might think about replacing him. We shall see. We win 7-3. Fried gets his 13th win. Yeah, you know what? I think we're playing decently. Well, maybe we'll skip the Boston end. Oh, come on! Damn it! Aaron Judge, on my mother's, what will be her 61st birthday, is out for 2 months. Thanks. This is just what we needed. Are we going to make the postseason or are we not? Are we going to fall by the wayside or are we going to pick ourselves up and play well enough to kind of mitigate this injury? Aaron Judge is going to be out until maybe the ALCS, but we got to make the postseason first. See if we do in the next episode.